Your father's house was stolen last night while he slept. Not by a thief, by his own government, by design. China, 36 months of continuous collapse. Your mother's friends in Toronto watched 23% evaporate. Vancouver bleeds equity every single quarter. Auckland lost 1/3 in under 24 months. You were told this could never happen, that housing was the one sacred altar governments would burn economies to protect. They lied. And now those same governments are passing laws specifically designed to accelerate the destruction. This is not market correction. This is controlled demolition. And the explosives are wired directly to your family's largest asset. The detonation already began. You just have not felt the shockwave yet. The weapon has a name. The 21st Century Housing Act. Bipartisan, quiet, sold as salvation. It does three things. First, it floods markets with construction subsidies. More supply than demand can possibly absorb. Prices must fall. That is the entire point. Second, it legalizes manufactured housing everywhere. You know what that means? Trailers. But the law allows removal of the metal chassis underneath. Why does a piece of metal matter? Because local governments use that chassis as the legal excuse to ban cheap housing. Remove the chassis, the ban dies. Factory homes costing $7,000 less suddenly flood your neighborhood. Your brother just bought his house for $400,000. Your neighbor's lot can now hold a manufactured home for $200,000. What do you think happens to his property value? Third, the kill shot. The law bans institutional investors and private equity firms from buying single-family homes in targeted zones. That sounds like justice, until you realize those corporations were the only entities still buying in dying markets. The government just unplugged the life support keeping prices artificially inflated. Your sister's house has been listed for 11 months. This is why. The buyers with infinite capital were legislated into extinction. But the law is not the disease. It is the autopsy of a corpse already cold. 3 executioners killed the market before the law was even written. Executioner 1, interest rates. For 15 years, your brother borrowed money cheaper than inflation itself. Debt that shrank in real value while his asset inflated. That era ended. Rates climbed past 6%. Affordability died overnight. Buyers vanished. Executioner 2, the migration boomerang. Millennials fled expensive coasts for sun-built suburbs during the pandemic, bought homes in cities with no jobs. Then, remote work died. Employers demanded office returns. Now those buyers are trapped, underwater, losing money every month, unable to sell without destroying their financial lives completely. Executioner 3 is the cruelest. Insurance. Your uncle in Florida, $400,000 home. His insurance bill is now $8,000 annually, not monthly. That is 67% of his entire mortgage payment just for permission to own risk. Houston, Phoenix, Miami. Entire zip codes are now uninsurable. Climate models updated. Actuaries recalculated risk. Insurance companies pulled out completely.
A home without insurance cannot get a mortgage. A home without a mortgage cannot be sold. What is your uncle supposed to do? Walk away from 30 years of payments? These homes are financial black holes now. Owners cannot escape. Buyers cannot enter. The properties exist in a state of permanent paralysis. Not all crashes are equal. There is the survivable kind, and there is the kind that erases generations. Denver. Prices fell because supply exceeded demand. The city built too many homes too fast. Prices adjusted. Life continued. Jobs remained. Detroit. Prices collapsed because the entire economy underneath disintegrated. Factories closed. Jobs evaporated. Population fled. Homes became cheaper than used cars. Literally. A 12-year-old understands this. If you make too much lemonade, you lower the price. If someone poisons your lemons and bans lemonade, your stand dies and never reopens. 2008 was not a housing crash. It was a financial system detonation caused by fraudulent mortgage securities and unregulated derivatives weaponized by investment banks. The homes were hostages. So which collapse is this? Denver or Detroit? The answer depends on who you are. And that is the part they will never say on television. Someone always pays. This time, 3 groups are being fed into the machine. First, the young. Your 28-year-old sister bought her first home 18 months ago. 3.5% down payment. She has 0 equity buffer. If prices drop 10%, she is underwater. She cannot sell, cannot refinance. She is shackled to a depreciating asset with a 6.2% interest rate for 3 decades. Her monthly payment exceeds her rent by $400. Forever. Second, the elderly. But not how you think. They are being cannibalized alive by the aged care industrial complex. Private equity firms bought nursing home chains with leveraged buyouts. Those facilities cost $9,000 per month. Medicare pays 28%. How do families cover the gap? They liquidate the home. The same home your grandfather spent 40 years paying off. But private equity got smarter. They now offer upfront care financing in exchange for a lien on your home equity. What happens when that equity evaporates in the crash? Your grandfather is locked inside a contract tied to an asset that no longer holds value. His life's work is now servicing corporate debt on a facility he will die inside. And your family inherits nothing but the remaining bill. Third, the psychological casualties. Every homeowner refreshing Zillow, watching their net worth disintegrate in real time. When people feel poor, they spend less. When spending stops, businesses fire workers. When workers lose income, they default on mortgages. Defaults accelerate the crash. It is a doom loop, and your family is already inside it. Other countries already lived through this. China stopped building ghost cities, redirected capital toward electric vehicles and industrial production. Housing collapsed. The economy survived. New Zealand banned foreign buyers. Canada imposed vacancy taxes. Australia taxed speculative flipping into oblivion. Investors fled. Prices dropped. Civilization continued. The question is not whether the market survives. Markets always survive. The question is whether your parents survive financially while it crashes. Because the market will recover. It always does. But the individuals holding the bag when the music stops never recover. They are simply erased from the wealth transfer cycle. The lights are dimming. The exits are locked. And the only thing left to discover is whether you are still holding the asset when it becomes a liability no one will buy.